Hello and welcome back to Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. This should be our final part. We've learned more about our manipulator, our other Sissel. However, his deal with the other country has not gone too well, and they've taken what seems to have given him his power and have left, and now we are on a sinking submarine with Lynn and Camilla. We seem to have been saved by some unknown entities, so let's get back to it. This should be our final part, if I've done this correctly. We're reaching the end. We're gonna reach the conclusion of our story tonight. It's 5:10 a.m. The upended submarine continues to sink slowly but surely. A long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them. But at the very last second, something saved them. Now looks down at them quietly. My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing? See, you managed to survive, Detective. Hey, you're... Excuse my appearance, I seem to have lost my body. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along? Of course, what else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I read that weird. Thought you wanted to get revenge on us. I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who in the world are you? Sissel, look at you. What happens? I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are? That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought I was you, Sissel. Sissel. Sissel? My name isn't Sissel. Bet you'll remember really soon. Who you are, and who I am, too. What? The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something is stirring in my mind. A memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. They got us good. It's all over for the submarine. Its engine room is destroyed. There's a hole in the hull, and it's sinking as we speak. What are you doing here? I thought you had to deal with those people. They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Temsic fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah, the meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more. Okay, so we got a lot. So the radiation's power effect. These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research. And I think I've kind of got some of it figured out. The meteorite radiation gives spirits special powers, like possessing and manipulating objects.
And in my case, swapping objects.
Exactly. Apparently, there are individual differences in the powers we get. And it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first, I can only manipulate small creatures. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple. It is? How then? In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite. It's radiation. That's what does it? Dying while being exposed to radiation? On that day 10 years ago. A fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart and I died. So of course, I received special powers.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that how I got my powers too?
You know, you might be right. Because Sissel died by the meteorite. Aren't the Temsic remnants still there in that park at the bottom of the crater? You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too. But how? The time effect. Another effect that meteorite's radiation has on us is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite. One of the characteristics of that meteorite is its ability to replay the moment of death. Replay the moment of death? Ah, this is all so strange and confusing. I can't take it all in.
It makes about as much sense to me as anything else.
Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment. My very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? Contradictory existence. That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death. What? My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago. But my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I just simply existed. Not really alive, not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day. My hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old Pinger guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body with the scalpel. So I guess as soon as an incision was made, his body would be regenerated. Wow. So about your revenge, though. Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge for the people who stole our lives. Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the Justice Minister and made him issue the execution order. But I thought he might call off the execution at the last second. So that's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped. But they kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know. They had their own reasons for cooperating with me. Huh? Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Temsic. Detective Judd was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanel and that junkyard super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And as it turns out, Yeah, there's only one person left. I was one of their targets as well. Yep, the one other person. So they stole my Temsic fragment. Here I am. The story's fucking awesome. But they had one more final target. You, detective. Me? Yeah, they tried to assassinate you. If you weren't there in the park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking hostage. Okay, but I was just a little kid playing in the park. You can't keep blaming me for this. Yeah, I know. Huh? 10 years later, you'd become a detective looking into Jowd's case. Tonight, I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. We still don't know what that case is. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago. So of course you didn't recognize me. I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Your subconscious resisted me. Such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The aim was off, and the first shot missed the mark. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan anyway. Yeah, then someone else stepped in. And that's, I think, when he started to realize. But they had their own idea. They had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. We haven't seen this in a bit. I showed up. I was supposed to meet up with them after that, but then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared. Aha, the inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble. But why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Temsic meteorite. Because you were looking into the Jowd case. They thought you would find out about Temsic sooner or later. We're running out of time. That's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for water pressure to crush this submarine. I dropped the PlayStation controller somewhere. You what? Oh no. There are no cores that link from here to the water's surface. I have an idea. We hook up the phone line and there are no communication cables down the steep. They meant for the submarine to be my coffin. Coffin for the dead. There's no escape. I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years. What? This feeling, cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine. Sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along. You know nothing about how I feel. Lynn? Camilla! Is it true? We're stuck here? What? Oh. If my dad was here, I bet he'd save us. God, this is like fucking awful. No, Camilla, I'm so sorry. That's funny. What is it, Sissel? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temsig fragment and escape if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea? That's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to. Wait a minute! Yes, we do! This will tell us where Detective Jowd is. That present from the inspector in white. That's right, Detective Jowd told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in this person's body in the command room, right? Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this. But even if we find out where it is, how do we get there?
We should be able to figure something out between the three of us. With our powers. Right, Miss Lynn?
Right. Oh, and wait a minute. What about torpedo? Torpedo? In any case, it's way too early to give up. I was gonna say now, but then I still said it. It looks like Detective Jowd is our last hope. There's one way to fix all of this. Come on, let's get started. Is this a phone? El Grapes. Grapes! Why is this machine shoving grapes at me? Well, this looks like the private cabin of the top officer, doesn't it? This machine is probably for feeding him grapes while he lies in bed. What's up with, like, feeding grapes? Like, why grapes specifically? I guess, I don't know. There's something about grapes.
Oh, it sounds heavenly.
I've been thinking about this for a while now, but don't you think that country's use of technology is just a little off? Since the guy who made a deal with said country. Anyway, it looks like the arm of this machine is a bit busted. Oh, sweet. Door. Torpedo room. The torpedo room, huh? There might be another torpedo there. I'll go check it out.
Oh, I get it. You're going to use a missile to ram the control room.
Well, I don't know about ram. We don't want to blow Detective Jowd up, but something like that. We'll climb up to the torpedo room, too. Up is definitely safer. Okay. I'll see you there, then. Looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube.
When it comes to missiles, you can count on me.
I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the missile. I cannot read right now. And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now. Okay, let's try it. Good luck! The switch won't budge. Maybe it's broken? But I don't think the entire device is broken, though. It'd probably work just fine if only I could move the switch. We'll just have to find a way to move it somehow. I can't do it by powers alone. Yeah, I was wondering.
What happened to these 2 ladies?
I think that's up to us and our powers.
What?
It's no time to be standing around unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength missile?
Me? Of course I will. Count on it.
Alright. Ah, we've made a new switch. There we go. That's where the torpedo looks serviceable. All set on this end too. But something's odd. What is it? The command room. It looks like it's slowly sinking. Sinking? Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happens. I don't know, but I guess I'll find out. Right. Okay, hop into the missile. I'll launch it for you. Okay, thanks. I've already set the torpedo's course. I'll head towards the command room where Detective Jowd is. 12 seconds after launching, I'll pass by the command room for an instant. In that instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room. Okay, got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. They'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. Okay, come on, Missile. Missile?
Hi. I'm sorry, I can't go.
What?
I just can't. How could I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla behind. I can't do it.
Missile.
I swapped the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Sissel.
Can't do it either. Can't ask Sissel to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels. I want you to go, Missile.
What? But Miss Lynn?
You staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Sissel, you might be able to make something happen. That's our only hope.
But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again. Never, ever again. Even I can understand that. I can't stand that. Don't worry, Missile. Miss Camilla? I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry. Miss Camilla!
Get the missile! Launch us.
That's a good boy, Missile.
Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw the switch. We're ready. Sissel? Yes. We never found out who you really were. But that doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything. I'm glad I met you, Detective.
But we're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile?
That's right. We promise, little lady.
Of course we will.
I'll never forget you, no matter what happens. Here goes, then. Good luck, friends! Alright. Here we fucking go. These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. How can a ray of light of hope reach this far deep down into the deep sea before I can't think of an answer? 12 seconds are up. Oh. Detective Jowd!
I bet that big masked man did this. I'm gonna bite him.
You better not. You might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking. So I wonder what this masked man is going to do.
Let's talk to Detective Jowd.
Why he yellow? Oh, we also saw a core over there. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jowd. Who are you? Are you Sissel? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How's Camilla? And what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. Let me tell you it right now, though. I told Detective Jowd about everything that happened on the submarine Genoa. So the submarine is badly damaged? Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You followed us? I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jowd. Are you Yomiel? Ah, we got our name. So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, huh? Yomiel? That's right. But those people on the Genoa were calling you Sissel. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we could still tell you, right, Detective Jowd? Right. Alright, so about you. 10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you?
Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know?
Good boy, Missile, we love you. Get used to now the conversation for this one. Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. Don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at recognizing the nation's top secret information. Oh, reorganizing. Well, I don't even know what word I said originally. The goal was to build a new system using multi-dimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government.
It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about.
To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I never thought for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on this one. And then, one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. He escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jowd, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Oh god. Ugh. I'm so sorry, Yomiel. So your real motive for revenge. 10 years ago. My soul was split from my body, and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I wanted to disappear, but I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. So that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. The deal. There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them, but what would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life. I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was that they helped me with my revenge plot. And then second was a rebirth for me. Rebirth? New beginning, eh? I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul, a name, an identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me. Finally, I wanted to die surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked for. Completely man-made life. That's right, I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask a national government to help me. And the response in the end was betrayal. Betrayal! They were making their move much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers on their own. And they even figured out what Temsic was all about. You had no idea they were doing all this. None at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why did they just steal a hunk of the Temsic meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? After manipulator incidents, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. By Inspector Cabanel and that pigeon guy. Eh? First, the government didn't believe the report. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance just in case. Surveillance, huh? It just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times. Don't tell me that odd leaflet guy is one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. That guy's just normal. I don't know how he got into the frame. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Temsic meteorites. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they would have been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temsic meteorite. So that's it, eh? So the upshot of your grand deal was this, eh? Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. What's that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jowd back to life, of course. What? What good would that do now?
But we promised! We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we'd save him.
We saved them, sorry. We can't do that without you, Detective Jowd. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happened to him. I guess he's dead. So, where are we headed?
We are not headed anywhere, Detective.
I remembered I have to continue doing this voice. What?
There are only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective.
What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too.
I don't give a fuck. By the way, I am not human, Detective. So I don't give a shit. Fuck you. I am a remote-controlled robot detective.
What?
Yeah, eat that.
Country use of technology. It's just plain off.
We get that a lot, Detective. Suck my balls.
Why would you go to all of the trouble to do this? It's nothing but a shell. There's hardly a threat anymore.
Commander Sith likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective.
Possibility? What are you talking about?
There's no need for you to know, Detective. Eat this. Now it's time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective.
Camilla, forgive me. Oh, shit.
So how do we stop that?
It isn't over yet.
It isn't?
Remember what that big mask man said? Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility. In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning the situation around. Is there? Huh?
What is it, Detective?
Look at Gilmeal's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temsic fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of lead? Yeah, because I can't really reach anywhere. I figured it out. I know what this possibility, no matter how small it is, that they are afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temsic. His body cycle between the moments that separate his life and death. Right. But not anymore. The Temsic fragment has been taken away. Exactly. So what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Temsic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see, that means we can go back to 4 minutes before your death.
But wait a minute! Exactly when is that death?
That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there, let's move. Ghost team, go, go, go! Ghost team, to 10 years in the past! Dude, when this all happened, this was sick as hell. I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever. Then I saw it, the final death at the end of this long night. Who am I? Who exactly am I? I've already seen all the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. We'll have to be safe, of course. Yep, here it is. We are about to hit the final chapter, and guess what? There's a special fail. We're gonna get that fucking fail, too. We're gonna do it! Final chapter! The final death. The one that started this all. When was Yomiel's death? It was 10 years ago when the Temsic fragment meteorite fell. We traveled back through time, and now we're here at the scene of that death. The start of it all is about to replay itself. 4 minutes before death.
It's Lilin! It's ready!
Hold it! Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me?
Eek!
Now just calm down and drop that weapon. Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her.
Icky cat!
Huh? Oh, kitten. Shoot. You might get hurt. So... we have to stop him from getting hit by a meteorite. Are you okay?
Just a little.
You alright now? Are you hurt?
You saved me, mister?
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. Ignore the dead man behind me, though. So that's the Temsic meteorite, eh? It's beautiful. Looking at it from this angle. It changed all our fates completely. Can't stop Temsic from falling from the sky. But we might be able to protect you from that fragment, save your life. I don't know. What's the matter, Detective Jowd? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. If that meteorite fragment doesn't get him, pretty sure I would have shot him. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. What I did is inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. If my fate is to die here, then I accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future. Yeah, we're about to rewrite 10 years.
Okay, let's get started.
Alright, gamers. Alright. Now, how are we gonna save you? If Lynn would have just wandered off somewhere, that would have solved everything. When her sweet potato's almost ready. Ha! She's not gonna budge from that spot. I like how she's cooking, she made a fire and started cooking a sweet potato in this park. But, you know, it makes me wonder. A little girl alone in the park listening to music and roasting a sweet potato. What kind of childhood did this girl have? Where are her parents?
Doesn't everyone have at least one day in their life like that? Give her a break.
Let her live her life. Let her be her girl failure self. Anyway, if Lynn won't budge from that spot, then we'll just have to have that fragment move instead. Where are we? We're here? Uh-oh. It's worse. Missile's over here. Why is Missile over here? We'll move you to the bottle? Okay, we can't do anything here then. I see that time is passing.
It's ready.
Alright, here they come. Alright.
What are you doing? You're gonna hurt poor Miss Lynn's ears.
I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. You even made her drop her sweet potato. You absolute fiend. What the fuck? I know how much this girl loves her food too. Anyway, at least her fate has changed, albeit ever so slightly. And I think we made ourselves a path.
Yippee!
Okay. Yep, there we go. Gonna rock this basket. Okay. So what do I do now? I'm gonna put Missile in the sweet potato and... Did I already fuck up? That's a pretty spirited water there. That's what's known as a fountain.
With that much force, they could lift me right up into the air.
Lift you out into the air, huh? He's right. It just might be able to lift something if it was small enough. Looks like that thing went floating by, for example. Like that thing that went floating by, for example. Shit. I think we have to go back. Okay. Come on, potato, move! Okay. Okay, it's there right now. Do I need to be in the sweet potato, or does Missile need to be in the sweet potato? I need to be in that fucking sweet potato, I think. I need to be in the potato. Which means Missile needs to get out of this fucking nozzle. Why'd I put him in the nozzle? Oh shit, no, he needs to be here. Okay. I have to fuck up a specific way. I'm using a thing to tell me how to fuck up, because I think I know how to actually solve this, but I need to figure out how to fuck up specifically. Alright. Okay, we're in the potato.
Oh, look at that sweet potato! That big, scary sweet potato!
That's not a sweet potato, Missile, that's Mino.
Oh, right, of course! But look at them! But look at them, the potato and Mino! Right now, they both have the same shape!
So you're saying you could swap them, huh? Good idea, Missile.
Okay, here I go. I'm gonna need your help.
My help? So I think what I need to do to mess up is this. So that's how you fuck up that's how you do that. That was quite a sight to see. Looks like this park just got a new feature.
But neither one of them ever glanced this way.
Guess that's not surprising, seeing as even a meteorite didn't distract them. Hey, it was a desperate situation. Kill or be killed. And Yilmild is killed right after this by the meteorite. Well, now that the park has a new feature, can we use it to our advantage anyway? No, we can't. So let's go back. Okay. I think I know what to do properly. I want to get that achievement so I don't have to do it later. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna party rock now. Okay. And the potato? Okay, we're in here. So I think I have to swap multiple things here, okay? So as Sissel, we're gonna... I need this. Okay, you're seeing what I need to do here. So when I swap the potato, I need to be over there though. How do I get over there? Because I can't seem to move, but I can move all these objects, so I need to put Mino where that light is instead. But I can't seem to figure out what I need to do that. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking. Because I gotta be able to swap these guys. Oh, wait. There we go. Forget that I fucked up all the lights. I was overthinking that. Look, the lamp post is bending.
But it hasn't broken yet.
It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. It just might hold out for a little while longer. If I recall, the Temsik fragment smashed through the glass lantern on its way down. If Mino sits firmly in its way, then fate should change. We've done it! Yay! I'm gonna just click this a bunch, because I think we changed fate. Yay! I've done it! Right?
It's about time for that meteorite to come down.
Don't worry, Sissel. I think we're ready for it. Look what's right in the fragment's path.
Oh, okay, that giant sweet potato. If anything can get in the way, that ugly monster can.
Ouch. Anyway, now the fragment's path ought to change. I'm doing this because there's also another achievement I have to get. I'll just have to fuck around myself and do it. There! How's that?
Look! The fragment's course! It changed a little!
Now Yilmild's fate should really change. Wait a minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that its path changed, what's in its path? Now that's changed, what's in its path? In its path? No. My fucking line! Detective Jowd! There's a Temsik fragment shot through his leg. What? You fucked up my leg? But the cruel twist of fates weren't over yet. Come on, put it down. Huh? Jowd, put the gun down now. If you don't, you're gonna shoot him. I don't know if it's his detective training or what, but even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver. Put the gun down! No! I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, stole his life away with my own hands.
I won't let that happen!
Missile, the bullet stopped in midair.
I'm here inside the bullet.
I'm here inside the bullet! How did you get over there? I swapped over to the bullet super fast! Let's swap it with something. What? With what? Detective Jowd, the meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder is the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop this bullet. There must be something with the same shape as the bullet around here. The potato. Oh no! Oops! I don't know if that's better or worse. We stopped the bullet, but killed him with. We impaled him. But we still couldn't save him? No, we stepped back a few more minutes. It's not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive. What? I'm not dead, I'm just unconscious. Okay, so your fate of death has changed, but still. This fate is just too painful to watch in every sense. This is awful. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, it's good enough for me, even though I definitely kind of wanted to die too as well, but we're overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning. Look out! Wake up! You gotta get out of there! Damn it, my leg won't work.
It's all over! We're out of time! Miss Lean!
I love this panic, like, okay, we can do this. Ghost team, come on. It's not over yet.
But there isn't anything else to swap with.
Why don't we just let it play out and then try to find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse. And then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that. Why not? Sure, the fact of her death would be erased, but her memory of it would remain like a scar in her psyche. I won't let that happen, not if I can help it.
But what can we do? Even if it work together.
I think there might be something that can be done.
What is it? What can Sissel and I do?
Don't forget, I'm here too. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we might be able to fight this battle against the fate of death. Yomiel. Sissel, your powers manipulating objects. Use your powers to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me. Let's go. Alright, I'll try to move there. Now gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it. I'm dead though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all. And remember, you'll only have a split second. I just didn't process. There we go. Now's your turn, Missile.
What? Me? But what can I do?
I think you know the answer to that.
Okay, got it.
I understand my purpose. We can swap them. The hunk of concrete will go back to its original position.
But if I swap them, they'll still be right above Miss Lynn.
Don't worry.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. It's no use. You can't stop that horrible Mino.
What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or two helped. No, it helped alright. This few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn. Him. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute, you mean... That's right. I'm going to save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Ye gods. No! You're awake. My fucking legs, Kriko.
Hey, mister. Is your knee okay?
Huh? Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a scrape.
There's a fucking giant hole in your knee.
I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit. But the main thing is that you're not hurt.
You saved me, mister?
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you. We're the gods now.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. Don't look. Do you think you could call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could.
But... What's that?
This is a detective's badge. Give them to children who've been very brave.
A detective's badge?
Now please go call the police.
Thanks!
Okay, you know what to do, little detective. Hurry, because I am bleeding out. My fucking legs. Are you alive? Yes! Sadly! Fuck! My fucking knees! Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It was as if somebody else was controlling me. Oh, this hurts like hell, though. I see. But, you know, I'm glad it happened. Cat!
A kitty! Hey, mister? Kitty under my chair. I found this kitten. It was over there.
Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray.
It's kind of limp. Is it okay?
I hope you're not holding a dead cat out to me. I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny. It doesn't look like it's injured or anything.
Poor little kitty.
How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come home with me, little kitten? Well, my cat wants to jump up so bad. Looks like his fate just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Sissel's. Sissel? The name Sissel echoes in my head. That's my real name. I am Sissel. These long, lonely years, you were my one and only friend. How about it? Do you remember now? We were the fucking cat the whole time. Old friends? We're a cat! I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a lost kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. Hold it!
We were a kitty cat.
Somebody, please look at me. Huh? Oh, a kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt.
No, cat, no!
She keeps looking at me. Somebody, please reach your hand out to me. I had just only died at that time. I'd lost everything. My life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the black kitten. With no recollection of who I was, I lived as a cat with you for a while. After a while, the man regained his memory, went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back. Took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see. Just one more time. Took control of my body and hurried to her house. But I was just a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left me a note that said, "I'm coming to you, Yomiel." The man named me Sissel. It was the name of something important he had lost along with his life.
My cat jumped up here anyways. Get in my lap.
My cat! No! Not at a crucial story moment! His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man. There was nothing I could do for him. For 10 years, I wandered through the darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects, but then, after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened, and I started to get a little twisted. I wanted lights. Distorted, artificial light. Cat chasing a bug in the background now. When I got my revenge on Lynn, I would see that light, or at least that's what I tried to believe. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. Yep. I think we remember this, right? Black cat? I was possessing Sissel then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all. So you borrowed the body of your old friend. Sissel was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was that? Sissel, there inside the bag, was dead. The first shot that missed. What? I wasn't able to control her completely. The first bullet didn't hit anything. Or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Sissel inside that bag. And we were right next to a source of radiation. Yes, that's when I lost my life, right there in the presence of Temsic radiation. And that's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost tricks. I think I understand it now. Why I was the only one who couldn't get his memory back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time, after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight. If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get. I could control all kinds of things, from the living to the dead. But even so, there are some things that I can do that you could do that I can't. You mean, I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancé stay dead like that. But you're here 10 years in the past now. That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. In any case, now that starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. The fate of your death, the kitten Sissel's fate. And I could just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right. So, this was the last fate to be averted, eh? The last fate was the very first fate. Yay! So, Yomiel, looks like your plan of revenge ended in failure. Yes, I'm glad too. I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. Oh, it's Lynn. She understood. She said tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness. Well, I guess it's time we got back. A new 10 years later was just born. Right, we should get back to our new present.
I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camillage again.
So these past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. The memories of all of us here will remain. Including the memories of what I did, my crime. That's the way this game of the dead works, eh? And no matter what the reason, there's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intentions of running away from that either. The most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Sissel. Yes? When we get back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It'll be like we never met. So before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. Tonight I stole away your life with my own hands. I am truly sorry. That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yomiel? Thank you, Sissel. I'm so very glad I met you. Me too, Yomiel.
Sissel? Are we ever gonna see each other again? I could stand it if we weren't.
Don't worry, Missile. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then.
Sissel, I'll try. I'll never forget you.
I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. Well, looks like you come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat. Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jowd. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now we're each going back to our new present. We said goodbyes to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would all cross again.
Wait!
Huh? Before you go back, go back to a new present, I wanted to thank you. It's Ray! Before I cease to exist. Oh, it's you! Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you have forgotten already. Thanks to you, everything has turned out as I hoped. I am really grateful to you, Sissel. Thank you. But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memory. Yes, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know, who exactly are you? Fair enough. I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. Y'all ready for this shit? You changed the fates of many people tonight. The first of which was hers. If it had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot in the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. The story of a little creature. After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. Here's what would have happened if we didn't step in. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left. And in the process... Oh, they killed Camilla too? 2 little dead bodies were left behind. So awful. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw towards his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred. What? Look at that, the powers of the dead. But how? He didn't really understand it himself. Not yet, anyway. But with all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? Because he was next to Yomiel. Hey, wait a minute. Yep. I sure hope my radiation doesn't affect any dead things in this room. That's right. He died inside the aura of that strange energy. I sure hope I don't cause anything to happen. But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the men, but still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. What? He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. And that's the other version of the story of this night. A story that has taken these 10 years to be retold. So, that was you, huh? It was Sissel! That's right. I'm Sissel. I can't do the voice, it's too upsetting right now. 10 years is a very long time in dog years. So you couldn't change the fates of these people on your own. So you decided to wait those 10 years out. Yeah, this was the craziest fucking reveal. Exactly. Then at last, that fateful night rolled around again. By this time, I had grown old and my powers were weak. So I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me. But wait a second. You were able to manipulate that desk lamp. Over the course of the long years, my powers changed. My ability to swap objects weakened. I became able to manipulate small objects. But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself? Because I couldn't. Huh? From watching the man in red, I found out there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do. Like travel through the telephone lines, for example. What? It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power. Especially if you're trying to chase somebody. But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had the power. How did you know so much about me? Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before on that night, this first time around. What? We met before? From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life at that junkyard at the edge of town. I followed the ghost world paths to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness, a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. It made my fur stand on ends, I can tell you. That was me? So, I was shot on that night, the first time around as well. You had lost your memory that time too. You had just died and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me. I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's what you said. And then you disappeared. Away over the telephone line. I'm really sorry I didn't help you. That's why I decided that this time, I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage. Mutual advantage? The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the man in red, to Yomiel. What? I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction. And then I gave you a time limit. A time limit? That's right. as you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. Yes, it was a lie. It didn't... We weren't gonna fade. As we can see, Sissel has been around for a long time. And the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that happened, it would have been all over. Then you mean... that thing about ceasing to exist? Oh, that? Completely made up. Completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely. Oh boy. Hate to admit it, but this old doggy really outsmarted me in every way. Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. Now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and then... and with them, so will I. Sissel, I believe it. I believed in you. I always knew you could do it. And so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sissel. So you waited and waited these 10 long years. All for the sake of our two ladies. Lynn and Camilla, eh? Of course. Because that's what doggies do. And then, farewell, Sissel. And so the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had happened really in the sound tonight. I didn't realize it fade. I made my way back to a new present. Yeah, so this was fate set in motion a long, long time. Huh? How come it's dark? I know who this is. I'll just turn on the lights here. Oh, it's Lynn. Not who I thought it was. Oh no! Yay! Damn! Heh? Were you surprised? You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Yippee! Yippee! It worked! But it's not even my birthday today. It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made the surprise for her, but it came out so well I wanted to use it again. That's alright, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as detective, right? Really? Thank you, Detective Jowd. Dad, you're home! Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today. Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Something wrong? You have one of those badges too. Oh, this? Yeah. Oh, I noticed on her spray. Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad just gave it to me the other day. But yours looks a lot older than mine, though. Haha, how long are you gonna keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn? Yeah, the badge that's on her outfit. Was she always wearing that? I can't remember. What's wrong with it? To me, this is the symbol of a real detective. It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day? When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow. Destiny, eh? And now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me. Ha. That you will. That you will. Good day. Oh, hello. Don't tell me you're the same little kitten. That's right. The very one. You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Oh, that's right. Still a kitten? Yep, he never got any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fellow. I know, right? His name is Sissel.
Sissel. It seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before. I think Sissel likes you, Lynn.
There she is.
Alright, everyone. Let's start the celebration. Okay, Mom.
It's Alma. No. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. And so we meet again, Sissel. Yeah! Yay! They remembered! From just that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world, and I learned something. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected somewhere, somehow, in some way. And now this is my new fate. Yep, we got hit with that silly meteorite. It had to go somewhere. It missed, remember? Guess I really am a cat. It suits me just fine to curl up and watch the strange and beautiful patterns of their lives as they unfold. It looks like I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while, because I can't age, because I was hit with a meteorite. Yay! I believe there's still some other scenes in here. Yep. Yay! Happy birthday to our lovely Lynn. Like I said, it isn't my birthday.
Hey, Missel.
Thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort. But birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby. Chad, I can't believe you brought your fucking boyfriend over too. Yay! Yeah, so we were hit by that meteorite as well, so we don't age. Okay, there's... There! How do you like that? Not bad, huh? Definitely not good. Maybe now I could be a great detective just like Inspector Cabanella. I won't do voices. What kind of example is the Inspector providing for his men? Because I'm not clicking text. We're gonna let these credits roll by. And then I'll talk.
Here's your food, gentlemen.
Chicken. Memory, what are you doing here? I heard you were gonna be picking new members for the Special Investigation Unit today. So you took on a part-time job here again? Just so you could eavesdrop? Oh, you have no idea the lengths I go to reach my goals. Glad we get to go back and see everyone. La la la, I've never cooked this way before. So exotic, so exciting. Turmeric, coriander, turmeric, cumin, and vinegar. Oh! Is this really necessary? This new curry chicken? Oh god. Oh, but our very best customer requested it. Good luck with the taste testing. Eat the next chicken. Oh boy, I don't think I can eat another bite. Just who exactly is this very best customer anyways? I know it is. Yay! He gets this curried chicken, that's right. Everyone's getting their endings. Right, who's next? Oh, these two. Are you sure we'll really need all these explosives? Not to worry, Beauty, my dear. I followed the instructions exactly. 20 kilometers, just as I said. A bunch of gunpowder. Kilograms. Wait a minute, 20 kilograms? I thought it said 20 grams. Dude, he's living his best fucking life. That restaurant must make bank then.
Yay! So this is where you work, huh, Papa?
That's right, sweetheart. Darling husband, don't you have any idea of at all you can give me? Oh, ideas. You must have heard some juicy stories. This now you must talk that way in front of my darling angel. Here's this stogie mine of my darling husband. Oh, they were meant for each other. Guys, I read at talking speed, unfortunately. This is what you've learned. This is what you're learning. I talk and read at the same speed.
The steel is going quite well. Oh, I must say the scrapes are quite good, my man.
Do you know I was about to scrape the bottom of the sea, sir? But be forewarned, sir.
Egad! Keep it together, man. Are you trying to give me the case of the vapors? I believe I nearly died of fright just now.
Who else do we have to see? Oh, the Pigeon Man. Probably. Oh, this guy too, yeah!
Love, peace, and pigeons! Long live rock and roll!
Look at them, they're fucking headbanging, they fucking love it.
Stop the park from charging admission. Protect the rights of those who live here.
Who's left now? Oh. Yay! Detective Officer Bailey!
Today's the day, you know. He's finally getting out.
You know, everybody's starting to get real tired of seeing you do that.
Then let me show you a new dance that's been passed down in our families for generations. We do this when we have a stomachache. We call it Dance Away the Pain.
I'm real interested in that one. Think you could show it to me, say, next week?
Invite me to dinner first.
I love Officer. I love those two. Ah. Love to see it. "10 long years, Emil. Your time is up today. The young lady who always comes to visit you is waiting outside." What do you paint, though? Is it... Thank you, Sissel. No, I want to say painting. No! Ah! It's us! I love that swipe started to picture what a criminal is. Yeah. This game was awesome. I loved replaying it. Yeah, so yes, there we have it. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. So yes, we were a cat the whole time. There were several indicators that we weren't normal. 1, we couldn't read. 2, every time someone said something specific, we didn't understand what that was. Because we're a cat. We didn't know what any, like, the shit was. We don't know what explosives are. We didn't know what an execution was. And 3rd, there was one point where Sissel said, I felt like I had a lot of free time in my life. Because he was a cat the whole time. That's why we were so stupid sometimes. And yes, Missile going through time, giving us one little lie to set us on the path to save everyone was such an incredible twist. Because we weren't gonna fade. But we needed that incentive to get everything to happen. Yomiel, his wife took her own life. Is what happened after the incident, after he came back, and that led him down like a really dark path. So we stopped that. We saved him. We saved his fiance. We saved Camilla Jowd. We saved Alma. We saved everyone. All thanks to a little cat and a little dog. This game is probably one of my top favorites. It's got such a great story. All the characters are really fun. I just love the whole concept. This game's fantastic. I mean, it's, I think, directed by the creator of Ace Attorney, or the other way around. It's either created by the director or directed by the creator. But yeah. Another little fun fact. Temsic. Temsic is Kismet backwards. Kismet means fate or destiny. This whole game was about fate and destiny. Yeah! Fate averted. There we have it. That is Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. I didn't get all the achievements, I think. Yeah, I'm missing 3. I know what those 3 are. I will just have to do those by— Fuck! I was really close to that one. That one I just, so this one was just moving. This one was swapping. I need to do ghost tricks to get this one. I could do that very easily. This, you get puzzles at the end to play through. I can do that on my own time. And then this is completing everything. So yeah, I should be able to complete all this on my own. Hey, I may post a picture at the end showing that I've done it. Post a picture at least, like, on YouTube. But yeah, I needed to get these special ones. There's a few special achievements which I had to make sure to get. Take aim and nail it on the second try. Keep the ball away from Mino. Fail by removing a large symbol, which was moving Mino into the fountain. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of extras, but I won't go through them. I think that's where we're gonna end it. I'll get back to Pokemon soon. I accidentally forgot to keep, like, training when I was playing this, so I'm gonna do a little bit of that before we get to another video. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.